Yo, what's up, everyone? Kyrios here, and today we're going to review Bunny Asuna. Just as a TLDR, she is not a limited, so you could pull her later. And besides a very nice live 2D, we're going to judge and see if she's worth those pyro gems. But if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you do follow. Sure you like and But if you guys are new to this channel, make sure you like and subscribe and come join us on the Discord or any of my social medias from Twitch and yada 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 yada. Let's get on with the review. Testing 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, guys, we're gonna start on the right hand side like we normally do. Bunny Asuna is a mystic damage type with an armor type of light. She has an affinity from left to right, going with negative infinity being in urban, a neutral infinity being in outdoors or field, and a positive infinity being indoors. Not a big fan of these affinities, mainly because if you're going to be using her for that chicken raid, there's a ton of characters that have a positive infinity, from Alice to Bunny Kareen, and there's just too many, right? She is an AR, so she will be attacking fast. She does have gloves, so she's going to be a crit machine. She does have badge. I don't really agree with badge here, but that's okay. I guess it's a little bit better than the hairpin. And then watch, so pretty typical across the board. Moving on to the left-hand side, we're going to max her out at 5 stars. We're going to go ahead and bump her to level 78, because why not? Attack is around 2,500, which is pretty typical for an AR. Evasion rate, since she is a middle, is a little bit higher than normal. She has a little bit higher HP than normal as well, and a slightly better crit rate than the normal 190 to 200 that we see on a lot of different characters. Nothing else to really write home here about. Let's go ahead and scroll on down to her skills. Now, her EX skill is a 5 cost. Decreases defense of all enemies in a circle by 24.6%, 25% for 40 seconds. I do like that it's for 40 seconds. That's pretty good. Then deals 438% damage to them. I'm not a big fan of this damage scaling, especially as a 5 cost. I feel like it could have been a little bit more to hit harder, but that defense reduction is pretty good. Now, the problem I have is that 5 cost is really hard for me to digest, especially considering her main use case is probably for chicken, right? And the chicken raid or Parazilla, wherever you want to call it, is already highly contested of what characters you're going to bring there. And there's also a lot of better characters, and the defense reduction isn't really needed on that fight. It does help. Moving on to the normal skill, every 35 seconds increases attack by another 30% for 23 seconds. I do not like this spread. It's a very bad spread in my opinion. Usually you see about a 5-second spread, but that is, you're getting close to a 12-second spread there. Not a big fan there. Increases HP by 26%. Also not a big fan of this passive. You like to see this, like on a Haruna is fine because you're bringing her into PvP, but I don't think you're really going to bring her into PvP, so I'm not a big fan of this passive. When EX skill is activated, increases attack speed by 38% for 30 seconds. I do like that. That's really good, but that does require her to use her EX skill, which, is hit or miss. It's hit or miss for me. I don't know. Skill upgrade, she is Millennium, and we are hurting with the amount of Millennium characters we have, so she would not be a priority in Millennium, in my opinion anyways. And then her unique weapon is Surprise Party. Increases that indoor affinity if you can gear the 3-star to double S, and increases that passive skill, which her weapon passive skill increases HP again. This is insanely terrible. In my opinion, this is very bad. Now, she could have a use case when we're in PvP indoors. I'll probably put that as like a maybe, right? Depending on how much you invest in her. But if you're investing that much into her, I don't know, guys. But let's go ahead and take a look at what she's good at, and then I'll give you my final review. Okay, so let's go into this. Raids, she's not really good per se anywhere besides the chicken raid. And once again, she wouldn't be on my primary team. You could use her in Shirokuru for a defense breaker, and there is a team you could probably work around that with just stacking more defense breakers with like a Summer Azusa, but not really worth it. General content, she's okay in campaign. I guess she's okay in bounties if you need to fill her, but there's better Millennium, so I really should have given her an X there. Commissions, she's not really going to help you. And then PvP, it really is an X to me. Like, I wouldn't bring her into indoors. Like, it's not going to replace your Ioris and a bunch of other characters. They're going to be really strong. Now, overall, this would be the skill priority would be EX to sub, the normal to passive. A way that I would build her would be 5777. I don't really think that you want to invest a 10 to her anywhere across the board. It seems like a waste to me. Positives on the left-hand side, defense down AoE, that is really good. Chicken second team could fill there, and a bunny. Now the bad side is she has a bad passive, she has a bad normal skill, and she's extremely situational. All right, guys, there you have it. There is the Bunny Asuna review. Now, given where you'd probably use her and knowing how the meta goes with what we've seen in the JP version and the different fights that we have and the characters you bring to those fights, unfortunately, Bunny Asuna is going to get a 1.5 out of 5 for me. Now, her live 2D is amazing, but she isn't a limited, and she's part of the regular gacha pull. So you're probably going to pull her at some point. And I don't know if you're ever really going to invest in her unless you're really struggling a Mystic. You're somewhere in the early to mid game, and you don't have a lot of those characters. You don't have like a you don't have that Bunny Kareen, you don't have your Haruna yet, you don't have your Alice, you don't have a bunch of others. Then maybe I can see it. Yes, I can see it a little bit. But for any of the experienced players that have been playing for a while, you probably have a decent roster of Mystic at this point for that chicken raid. So I just can't bring her higher than that. Unfortunately, she gets a little bit extra bump because of her. She is a bunny, and she has a great live 2D. But that's all I got, guys. Anyways, I will see you guys on the next video. I'm excited for the next raids. I'm excited for the new unique equipment to come out. I'm excited for a bunch of stuff. So take care, stay safe out there, and much love from me to you. Fist bump, guys.